If you are finding it hard to perform forward fold, if you are finding it hard to perform forward fold means what? Lack of humility, and I'm sorry to say so. Anytime you're finding it hard to fold forward, that means lack of humility. You need to increase your level of humbleness a little bit more. These are the psychological reasons. If a person is struggling to have forward bend, that means lack of humility. If a person is finding it hard to have back bend, that means what? Lack of self-respect and confidence for sure. Because that's the same thing. So lack of self-respect or lack of confidence. So if I'm finding it hard to go back bend, that means lack of self-respect or lack of confidence. If I'm finding it hard to fold forward, lack of humility. And then there are people, it seems like it's harder in front and harder backward. Because I would say humility and self-respect, these are not two things. These are not two things. Because sometimes there is a possibility that it's a little bit up and down. But if I'm stuck with forward fold, there is also a possibility that I'm stuck with backward bends. There is a possibility that there are some people, they can do very good forward bend and at the same time very good backward bend, but neither of these two things are, yes, they're missing. Why? Because there is a definition. The definition is whole of the body is in the mind, but whole of the mind is not in the body. Whole of the body is in the mind, but whole of the mind is not in the body. So there is a possibility that they have gained forward fold and backward bend physically, but psychological stuff is still missing. Because whole of the body is in the mind, but whole of the mind is not inside the body because mind is much bigger, much bigger. So anytime I struggle with forward fold, that means what? What stops me? No, that's psychological. Now I'm asking the physical reason. Whole of the body is in the mind, whole of the mind is not in the body. So what stops me? Hamstrings. And also, these are the three major muscles which stops you to go into forward fold. So hamstring, that's the back of the thigh, gluteus maximus, that's butt, and then lower erector spine, lower back. And it's not allowing you to go forward. All these muscles are there in the dorsal side of the body. All these muscles are there on the dorsal side of the body. Dorsal side of the body means what? I would say impressions. These are the strong impressions from past. So anytime you think of the back of the body, that means this is your past. And it seems like this past is not allowing you to fold forward. This past is actually pulling you backward. So hamstring pulls you backward, gluteus maximus pulls you backward, and then lower erector spine pulls you backward. And it seems like hard for you to go forward. It seems like the past is pulling you back. That means what? Impressions from the past, that means, did you remember I said the total sum of human struggle, three things. And what are those three things? Pain from the past, conflict with the present moment, and worries and fear about future. So pain from the past, it seems like in this condition, if I'm finding it hard to go forward, it's hard for me to appreciate my past. It seems like I have a lot of questions which I haven't answered about my past, and it seems like I complain about it. Why I got this person as my father? Why I got this person as my mother? Why I got those circumstances for me to live my childhood? Why I got all those things what I got? That means a lot of complaint without having any answers of those questions. So anytime you do forward fold, what happens? Just not for 1 or 2 days, but if you do it for a week or two, for a month or two, what happens? Those memories from childhood, they're going to pop up. Those memories of the childhood, those memories are going to pop up in front of you. And now the idea is what? I need to see those events of my life again, and I need to choose a better meaning of those events. Is there a possibility for me to appreciate my past. And I'm not saying just go and appreciate it without any reason, but you can see yourself right now. So if I see myself right now, whatever I am, it's because of all those events, from so-called good to so-called bad, from so-called negative to so-called positive. That makes me who I am right now. We're going to talk about this later on as we're going to go into Pranamaya Kosha. But it seems like anytime I'm finding it hard to fold forward, these are the things stopping me. That means that's my past. That means there is lack of appreciation.